Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on our Rise and Shine program. It's your boy Troy Gill, and of course you know how we do it. We have a fitness professional, Chris Williams, who's going to be leading us into a workout this morning to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
All right, everybody, good morning. So we're at it again. Hope you have your dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, get a little bottle of water. Anything you can put in your hand so that we can get into this exercise this morning. So our legs are going to be wide. We're going to rock back and forth. Reach. Four, three, two, one, up. Four, three, two, one, pull. Four, three, two, bounce. Keep it low. 4, 3, 2, curl. Four, 3, 2, bounce again. You want to feel it in the legs. Hold it there, curl. Four, three, two, one. Dumbbells on your shoulders, reach the leg, out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Push. 4, 3, 2, alternate, let's go. Push, up. Four, 3, 2, 1. Back down, right here. Pull. Four, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet together, hands down. So we're gonna fly up. So you're turning your hand like you're pouring out milk. Right here. Let's go. Up. Slow. Up. 3, 2. We're gonna go faster with a step. Push. Four, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna slow it down again. Up. Let's go. Stand tall. Right here. Right here. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. With a step again, faster. Four, 3, 2, 1. Punch it out. Twist, come on. To the roof. Back down. To the roof. Back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both dumbbells up. Push forward. Push. 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 4, 3, 2. Faster. Four, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take the dumbbells, place the dumbbells down, legs wide, and we're gonna pulse again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Side to side. Reach the hands. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Step. Four, 3, 2, 1. Wide again. Keep it going, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step. Four, 3, 2, 1. Pick up your dumbbells. Turn right here. Dumbbells down. Going down. 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 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Pulse. Bring it to the center. Pulse. Turn. Pulse. Four, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Curl. Come on. Shoulders burning, biceps burning. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Four, 3, 2, 1. Up. Push. Push. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your dumbbells. Place your dumbbells down. So I want you to slow step. Bring the heart rate down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs wide, down. Pull it in. Stretch. So you want to straighten your legs, reach all the way through. Over to the right side. To the left side. Turn, reach down. Place your hands up. Next side. Down. Hands up. Down. Bring it back to the center. Roll. Fold your hands and roll. Back and forth. Now you're going to come up. Roll the back. 4, 3, 2. All the way up. Lean back on it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands across the chest. Next side. Reach. Reach. Now we're going to go up and down. Up again. Up. Down. We're going to do a big one. Up. Reach up to the sky. Hold it on your toes. Deep breath. Bring it down hard. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you have a pleasant day.
All right, guys, so that was fitness professional Chris Williams leading us into a workout to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. All right, guys, I just want to encourage you again, make sure that you're making healthy choices. Also, remember to stay hydrated. Thanks again for joining us, guys. See you again next time.
I'm Tony Julian with the details. Digit All, that's innovation and technology for gender equality, the theme under which International Women's Day 2023 was celebrated today, Wednesday, the 8th of March. The Division of Gender and Family Affairs within the Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs hosted an exposition to commemorate IWD 2023. Speaking of the opening ceremony was Philip Telesford, who noted that there was or are inherent systematic challenges rooted in gender inequality and the need for inclusion for a sustainable future. We get more details in this report.
Unfortunately, the digital revolution opportunity is not without inherent systematic challenges that are rooted in gender inequality. There is disparity in the context of digital skills and access to technologies, with women being left behind as a result of this digital gender divide.
That was Honorable Philip Telesford speaking on behalf of Senator the Honorable Gloria Thomas at the opening ceremony of the International Women's Day 2023 Expo at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. According to Minister Telesford, there is a crucial need for inclusion.
The need for inclusion and transformative technology and digital education is therefore crucial for a sustainable future.
Also giving brief remarks was President of the Grenada Parliament Women's Association and MP for St. Mark, Honorable Dr. Clarice Modest Kerwin.
Women have come a long way in terms of narrowing the gap, the gender gap in terms of achievement. And I am proud to say that when I see some of the women who are heads of major businesses in our country, I want to salute them. When I see women in the public service who are heads of the ministries, whichever ministry you go in, you see a lot of senior persons who are women. We have come a long way. In the small business sector, so many women have forged ahead to establish themselves and as viable business owners. But unfortunately, we still have a long way to go.
Also present at the ceremony and sharing brief remarks on behalf of the UK government and Parliament was Deputy Chair of the Conservative Party and Member of Parliament Nikki Akin.
In Britain, we have had 3 women Prime Ministers, and we are not going to stop there. We are going to ensure that we have more women representatives in our UK Parliament, and that we need to make sure that women's voices and girls' voices are heard across the globe, because we are half the population of this globe and we give birth to the other half. And therefore, we need to ensure that we are involved in policy making, that we are there at the very coalface of politics, because we have got to influence policy. We've got to ensure that women and girls' rights are there at the top in the United Kingdom and in Grenada.
Akin reminded the women and girls in the audience that they should not allow their challenges to deter them from achieving their goals. Notably, all members of Parliament and Cabinet were present at the ceremony, showing their support. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Females in the technological industry are being celebrated in the expo put on by the Gender and Family Affairs Division. Speaking with our news team were some of the participants who shared what they do, noting that they are engaged in male-dominated fields.
We just have a few things that we display for women in construction. Some of the equipments that we use, basically the measuring tapes, the safety vests, the hard hats. We also have laser tapes.
What we have here is a 3D printer, and it's printing a protractor. Now, this is just for this presentation. However, the limits are very wide. They have recently started doing buildings, and it's only in the testing phase, but buildings with 3D printers.
It's more along the lines of people understanding that something is available rather than it like specifically being male dominated. So you have a lot of males, young boys and so on, and they think, hey, you know what, I want to be this when I grow up. So with the girls, it's like, oh, well, you can also do this when you grow up.
Also speaking with our news team was students from the Boca Secondary School.
Currently at the Boca Secondary School, we have 12 subjects in the technical area. And right here we have a little video showcasing the different technical subjects that we offer and how these technical subjects are beneficial in our everyday life. Here we also have a little demonstration about different plans that the children did by hand. We have a roof plan, and we also have 2 floor plans right here.
The participants shared too how they feel about being a part of such an expo.
Well, I'm very honored to be invited into this type of expo. Also, not just being a young woman, but to show the different products I have, and also to meet and greet with other women to see what they're doing and have a greater understanding of them.
We face a lot of adversities. We face a lot of issues when we go to the construction sites because of our stature, because of our gender. However, we are trying to chart the way forward so that the younger females in the society coming up could look at us as examples that they can take in order to be anything that they want to be.
I find it's a wonderful experience because before, men were more seen as the dominant leader in these fields, but however, here it showcases that women too can become involved, and we don't always need male figures.
Present at the expo were students from different schools across the island. The female staff members at Sandals Grenada were treated and pampered by their male managers as they joined in the international celebrations for International Women's Day. Well, every year, Sandals Grenada celebrates IWD differently. This year, they opted to take things a little bit further and treat the female staffers at an IWD tea party. Donald Horston was there and filed a report.
As part of their annual celebrations for International Women's Day, Sandals Grenada opted to celebrate their female staff members through a tea party, which included a variety of other initiatives. Speaking to our news team about this year's activity was Nasha Smith-Bailey, Director of Sales, Groups and Conventions at Sandals Grenada.
Today we're just focusing on women, showing appreciation. We have the male managers serving the team members and making them feel, appreciated. We also have like the doctor here just speaking about women's health. We also have a makeup artist, just showing them how to enhance and make themselves look beautiful every day, as well as little things as showing them how to cook. We have a cooking demo. It's just a little bit of the things that women have to do every day. Or things that they encounter every day. We just try to bring it in one space and treat our team members to make them know that we appreciate them.
Feature speaker at the Sandals Grenada IWD event was Dr. Valma Jessamy, CEO and scientist at 21st Century Cures, a local company. Dr. Jessamy's address highlighted some of the ways women can help other women to move forward.
Well, first of all, I want to give thanks to all of the men who have opened doors for me and who have let me into those doors, where in fields that were traditionally male-dominated. And I also want to encourage women, once they get into closed doors, that they should leave it open so that other women could walk through those doors. And I will pretty much, share some of the ways as women we could hold the door open for others, to encourage them, to share, to mentor. It takes a lot of hard work to get ahead of as a woman in a male-dominated world. It's been very tough to get to this point.
According to Dr. Jessamy, she has broken many rules to get where she is.
I have broken a lot of rules to get here. Sometimes you have to break the rules. As women, we tend to be the ones who are the keepers of the rules and follow, the girls are meant to be quiet and sit inside while the boys can be rough and rumble and have a good time. But sometimes to get ahead, you have to break the rules. Of course, not to be criminal, and that's not what I'm saying, but you have to get out of the box that society would often put you into, especially when it comes to career and following professional paths.
Reporting for MTV News, I am...
And Thomas Simon is the second centenarian to have celebrated 100th birthday last Friday. Simon celebrated her birthday at her home in Paraclete, St. Andrew, and was serenaded by relatives, friends, and residents in the community, including social workers from the Ministry of Social Development. According to one relative, she went to the Lafayette Roman Catholic School during her early years, moved to Chantabelle St. Patrick for some time, and then moved back to Paraclete, where she remained. She is also an avid church-goer and loves cooking and gardening. She's a mother of 4 and has witnessed the birth of her great-grandchildren. Simon spoke with our news team in a telephone interview on how she felt having achieved this significant milestone.
We're so grateful, thankful to God that all I have gone through and I reached that milestone. God is in control, and if they permit me, I will go further. Praise God for everything He has done for me. So I thank God for everything, and thank God for all my people, all the villagers. Everybody call me mommy, because I used to do for everybody. I used to appreciate everything that somebody asked me to do. I will always do it, so they never forsake me.
Simon says she's grateful for all these sentiments expressed and will cherish them as long as she's alive.
So when they came here Sunday night, everybody could have said something good. It's not when you're gone. You can't hear when you go, you can't see. But everybody say what they have to say, and I heard it. So I was so glad. I appreciate that. Oh, I appreciate the day. So I thank God for that.
Denise Warden of Industry St. Mark also celebrated her 100th birthday on Friday. Happy birthday to them both. The Pump It Up Family Fun Walk event has returned after a 3-year hiatus, and according to one official from the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the proceeds from the activity will be used to support several charitable endeavors, including providing aid to substance abuse victims at the Carlton Home, which will soon be upgraded into a wellness center.
The Grenada Cooperative Bank held a press event at Koyaba Beach Resort on Wednesday to mark the official launch of the Pump It Up Family Fun Walk, to be held in April after a 3-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other factors. Managing Director at the Grenada Cooperative Bank is Larry Lawrence.
So between 2009 and 2015, the bank raised awareness about different health challenges and selected related charities to benefit from the proceeds of the walk. This has since changed. Everything changes, the only constant, it has to evolve. For the period 2017 to 2021, our focus is on the effects and the impact of substance abuse to our population. And as such, our charitable contributions are towards the re-establishment of the Carlton Home.
He also reaffirmed their commitment to directing the proceeds of the walk towards the Carlton Home Fund.
Similarly, Core Bank further committed to increasing the amount match for each participant registered from $1 to $1.50 per person per mile. In addition to the bank's contribution based on the number of people registered, we are pleased to announce that for 2023, all collections from the sale of packages will be deposited directly to re-establishment of the Carlton Home Fund.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Kevin Andel, highlighted plans by government for the establishment of wellness centers across the country, beginning with the Carlton Home.
This approach to health is a part of the National Transformation Agenda. We strive to transform our communities by deliberate delivery of multidimensional benefits to our citizens through their active participation in all aspects of country and their lives. We have some key initiatives that we're looking to do for the year: a national wellness policy, the commissioning of national wellness centers, and Carlton House would be our first National Wellness Center.
He further highlighted the scope of work to be completed.
The Ministry of Health, we are beginning the first phase of the Carlton Home through a CDB-funded program called Health Sector Strengthening Project. That would start with the design of Carlton Home for 2023 and first quarter of 2024. After that would be the second phase, which would be the rebuilding of that wellness center. The project has allocated $630,000 for phase one, and we are looking to secure the rest of the funds for phase two.
For MTV News, Troy Gill.
Attorney at law Jerry Edwin says mentally ill inmates should not be placed at the prison according to the law. His comments came after the Ministry of Health began the construction of a facility at the prison late last year to place mentally ill inmates.
They will tell you what the law is. The law is that you cannot house mentally challenged inmates at the prison or at the grounds of the prison. That is a challenge that surely will succeed if inmates are placed there.
Attorney at law Jerry Edwin voiced his concerns on the number of mentally ill inmates currently at His Majesty's prison. According to him, proper facilities should be constructed to house inmates. He says it's illegal to house inmates on the grounds of the prison.
Late last year, it was learned that the Ministry of Health had commenced the construction of a facility at the prison. That facility was designated for the housing of mentally ill inmates. Because for many years, the chief judge in Grenada, that is the person of Justice Paula Guilford, at the closing of every assizes, she keeps making the point that we cannot house mentally incapacitated persons who have committed offenses at the prison.
According to Edwin, the relevant authorities should place a secure wing at the Mungay facility to house mentally ill inmates.
Well, without consulting anyone, the last government decided, in its wisdom, ill-advised, to construct a building on the grounds of the prison to house inmates. Well, certainly that dog will not bark, and that building will not house a single inmate, simply because it's illegal. Should be removed off the grounds of the prison and in the Mungay facility. That's what the law requires, and that's what consultation is. I think that the high-handed approach of the last administration, without speaking to the bar, without speaking to the judges, deciding on their own in what I have described as ill-advised. Speak to the subject matter experts.
Edwin spoke on the number of inmates who currently suffers from mental illness. He also stated that the police department should create a unit and train officers to deal with mental cases.
I think the time has come for the police department. It's difficult for me to say Royal Grenada Police Force. I think we need to change the nomenclature. Our police department, the good men and women, and the acting commissioner, to take a look at creating a unit, a small unit, and is engaged in some criminal wrongdoing. You cannot send out the policeman from CID or the ones who are on the traffic beat. We need trained, designated officers, because we have seen now persons who have been killed. We saw the case of Steve Carrington. Steve Carrington last month was killed by the police. when they went into his home, and it is not the first case. I don't think the police went to the home of Mr. Carrington to cause his death.
Nikita Houston, MTV News.
Chair of the Grenada Cancer Society, Dr. Sonia Nixon, is encouraging Grenadians to participate in an obesity awareness fun run and walk hosted by the Rotary Club of Grenada as part of efforts to curb obesity, which can lead to the onset of non-communicable diseases.
On March 19th, the Rotary Club of Grenada will stage a walk because Rotary Club is going to focus on how we're going to control the epidemic that we begin to face of childhood obesity. Children who are way overweight for their height and age. Now, overweight children become overweight people. Overweight people have diseases that we're really trying to eradicate. Again, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancers, difficulty breathing, and of course we want to make sure that our children are doing well, they're not bullied, that they can play games, that their asthma is doesn't act up very often, that they're not at risk for having high cholesterol and all other things. So join the Rotary Club. Next week Sunday, the 19th of March, we're going to be walking from Roy St. John Field, which is right across from PW, Public Workers Union, on Port Highway, to Quarantine Park. Everyone is welcome. Quarantine Park also has a beautiful place for our children to play. Our monkey bars, slides, swings, sandbox, you name it. The merry-go-round thing that makes you dizzy, but children seem to be immune to that. Right? So please come, take your children down. And if you're not going to do that, just take your children for a walk. Go outside and play ring-a-ring-a-rosy, whatever it is. Let's keep our children active, let's keep them well, and let's keep our families remaining in a good state of health.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine for today, Thursday. It is the 9th day of March 2023. I am your host, Oslin Crosby. It is a pleasure to be here with you another day, another beautiful day that is. It looks a bit overcast outside, but I do think that is because of the mixed conditions the day start off with, usually. And then during the day it gets very, very hot because I think we fully accept that the dry season, it is here. It is here in full bloom, and it is giving us all that it has. It's now 7:40 in the morning. I know most of our people who are making their way to work and school are on their way, if not there already. If you are, have a splendid day, a very, very productive one. Remember, each day can be that day when you as a business person get that break that you're looking for. So it therefore means that you give your best and treat every client or customer with respect, take care of their needs, and they be sure to come back. Let's go over now to the Met Office for this morning's weather forecast. Good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to you viewers of MTV. It's a cloudy and hazy morning here at the airport. Winds are from the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1013.5 millibars, which is slightly above the mean and it's rising. Present temperature 25.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 85%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 29.6 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature last night was 24.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, no rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA, hence the total for the month remains at only a trace. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and slightly hazy with a few light isolated morning showers. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. becoming variable to calmer times. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides will be low around 11 a.m. and high about 5 p.m. Sunset this evening, 6:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:19. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and slightly hazy with a few light, isolated morning showers. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you so much, Trisha, and that's the weather forecast for today. So as we did say as we started, it's a bit hazy and cloudy outside. Let's see what it brings. We may get some water, will we? If we do, we are grateful, but we know where we are in the dry season. And as Nawasa would remind us, it's important that we conserve, ensure that you have that backup supply for whenever water may need to, or we usually go into valve regulation around that time. So if Nawasa has to do that, that you have an adequate supply, backup supply of that very essential commodity. Now it's time for us to take in our word of the day, and let's go over to Nikayla Benjamin, a grade 4 student at the First Choice Junior School.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikayla Benjamin. I attend First Choice Junior School and I am in grade 4. The word for today is accommodate. The spelling is ACCOMMODATE. The meaning is to provide lodging or sufficient space for. This word can be used in a sentence as follows. The hotel can accommodate up to 500 guests.
Thank you so much, Michaela. Accommodate, that's our word of the morning. Now it's time for us to take in our emergency tip of the day, and today's tip is tips for staying safe around fires. Simple tips to prevent burns this summer. Well, we're not into summer yet, but we are into our time of the dry season. So don't drink and barbecue. If you would drive, you should not barbecue, yes? Keep loose clothing away from open flames, so that can be disastrous. Always supervise children around fires and fireworks. And don't throw igniters or gasoline into fires. That can make things worse. In addition to that, we see that we have been having a number of house fires. On Tuesday alone, we had 2 fires, one in the south, another up on the north in Ontario. Let's be cautious, please. Let us be cautious. We are in the dry season. Now we know around this time is when we would have a number of bushfires, or we hear the comments that there's sulfur in certain areas, and because of how dry the area is, the heat from the sun, that it ignites and starts problems. But in addition to that, most of the fires, that the police will say, it started by man-made action. So if you're a smoker, please, now is not the time for you to throw your butts in the bush as it may ignite. If there is just a spark there that can start a fire, and it can be disastrous. People can lose their homes. We heard of families losing everything. On Sunday, there was a fire in Victoria. On Tuesday, we had 2 fires, one in the Grandon's housing scheme, another one in Ontario. Let's be mindful, please. It's hard to lose everything now and start all over. So let us do what we need to do to ensure that we are mindful of that. If you have children at home, ensure that they're supervised by responsible adults, not just supervised by their peers, but supervised by responsible adults. Things can happen. It is not a good time to have to start over. So let's be cautious by this. So let us take a quick break. It's now 7:45. We have a packed morning for you. We will be speaking to President of MWAG, Jared Joseph, shortly. And then we will be speaking to some of the artists for gospel expression, which will be happening on the weekend. And then we also be speaking to NLA's marketing manager, Ms. Sam, about new games that the NLA is putting on. You will hear all about it this morning. So let's take a quick break and get on into our first interview for the morning.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you into the agricultural industry? Do you want the funds to grow your business? Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans is launching the $20 million Agricultural Fund. All you need to apply is your ID, proof of address, and 2 references, and you will receive the funding to get the equipment, tools, products, staffing, and services to grow your business. Plus, you pay nothing down. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and convenient hassle-free service. Don't hesitate. Apply today at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com or call 405-1257 or 405-3180. Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans. Every day we help businesses succeed.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's now 7:49 in the morning. Thank you so much for always joining us. Janelle, good morning. Have a great day. We do appreciate you always joining in. Have a splendid day, a very productive one to you and the team down at Netherlands. Now we go into our first interview of the morning. Are we speaking to, as I promised before we went on the break, President of MWAG, Mr. Jared Joseph. Jared, good morning and welcome again to Rise and Shine.
Hi, good morning to you and your viewers and listeners.
It is always a pleasure, as I always say, speaking to people that are in the same industry as I am. It makes the conversation a lot easier. It's lighter. And this morning, I'm looking forward to this. As president of MWAG, this morning we're talking about plans for the profession as the body responsible for the association's activities and so. Speak to us about what are some of the plans. And we know that enshrined in the plans, the challenges will pop up, and I think that's the reason why there are plans, because we have to mitigate against them. So let's talk about some of the plans that you have for the profession.
Okay, so first on our agenda has been, and since we've gotten into our executive gotten into the run-ins as the leading executive for MWAG, we've been really highlighting on training, building capacity. It fell in line, and that is why our team for Media Week as well as Media Awards was building capacity, maintaining journalistic principles, and it is on that we've been engaging in opportunities to further enhance the capabilities, the profession, the qualities of reporting in Grenada to better help to increase our worth as media. We know the difficulties that we face in terms of mis and disinformation, as well as the other issues that are facing us internally and externally. So high on our agenda has been increasing capacity as well as increasing our membership. There's a lot of people in media but not part of MWAG. That is still one of the highlights that we have to. That's one of the issues that we have to address, and we have been addressing it. And this year, we believe, and it's one of our priorities in terms of increasing membership to ensure that the DJs, the radio announcers, everybody, in terms of photojournalists, photographers are part of the fraternity and can benefit from the training that is coming and that is there. There is training in terms of from the Association of Caribbean Media Workers. There is loads of training. There is one currently for this month, as well as training from the Media Institute of the Caribbean. So just in terms of bridging that gap and creating the avenue where our members can benefit from those training and just to improve themselves. So improvement, creating, also on our agenda is creating awareness in terms of media, because the Media Workers Association, one of its goals and objectives enshrined in its constitution is creating awareness, media advocacy, standing up on issues. And there has been a lot of issues that we've been fighting in the background against in terms of ensuring freedom of the press. There is issues currently ongoing, and increasingly so there are new issues coming on board that we've just gotten reports from. So those are three of the major issues, because the fraternity has not been, the association especially has not been functioning as it should be, and we've tried, we're doing our best, doing our best to ensure that there is a reversal and there is unity among the fraternity that we can benefit, all of us can benefit for the betterment of Grenada.
Jared, I think you have a Herculean task on you to be able to try to woo members in, because it therefore means that you have to now convince people that these are the benefits. And as you rightfully said, with the association not performing, well, in the past, not performing at its full capacity, it means therefore that while there are others that may want to join, now it's the convincing part, yeah? And the training, we must say that we commend, I really do commend the association on it. Now, getting new members that may not have interest in is your challenge. So it means that you would now need to work and show what are the benefits to being a part of the association to get to woo, because you spoke about the DJs, you spoke about the announcers, and we know that right now they form the bigger part of the membership of MWAG. How do we get them on board? How do we make them see themselves as a part of this association? And what will the association be doing to ensure then that you can attract them? Not just attract, but attract and keep them.
Yes, yes, and that has been one of the stumbling blocks for us in terms of how to woo them, how to keep them. We've had plans and we've been speaking. We started from Media Week last year. We've started engaging the media houses, started engaging our media colleagues in speaking about the benefits. How can they benefit? And what benefits they can expect? And as well as including them. We had Media Awards last year, and it was still for the select few. So we have plans in the making to broaden that horizon in terms of encompassing the DJs, the radio announcers. So come Media Awards 2023, you'll have things like People's Choice Award for maybe best DJs or best radio announcer, and the benefits that comes with it in terms of being a part of MWAG, getting discounts maybe through a discount card, but all of that for it to happen, the membership, the in terms of capacity, in terms of it must be at a level. So media workers, media members have to realize that some of the plans cannot happen unless they come on board, they come and strengthen. Some people like looking from the outside and saying, oh, media workers, MWAG is not doing this, they're not doing that. But I always say the Media Workers Association is all of us, not one of us, not two of us, it's all of us. So unless we cannot come on board and join, then most likely the benefits that can happen won't happen. So that has been our plea or ploy in terms of trying to get members on board and seeing the benefits, how they can improve their capacities in terms of developing themselves and being sometimes even gaining financial independence in terms of maybe they can go out on their own. There is a lot of things, a lot of avenues available regionally, and it can come through MWAG, and those are areas that we're trying to use to engage and to invite, as well as keep the other members who are not yet registered members of the Media Workers Association of Grenada.
Okay. I think that sounds like a plan. I think that sounds like a great plan. I want to go back to a comment you made in your initial, in your opening statement, speaking about the plans, training, and the other areas, and you spoke to the challenges. You did say that there are some existing challenges that MWAG is working on, and there are new ones that were recently reported. Let's speak to some of the challenges, and then I want us to get into that upcoming meeting where a MWAG representative will be attending outside of Grenada.
Okay, so the challenges is well, some of them are not new in terms of there isn't a Freedom of Information Act or supporting legislation to protect journalists, to protect media workers, as well as issues that our journalists, my colleagues, have been facing in terms of access to public information. Surprisingly, it went against the grain of what the Prime Minister would have highlighted in terms of his government would put in a Freedom of Information Act implemented. That we are not seeing that materialize or any forward movements to that. We have rather seen an anti-media campaign in terms of press briefings only when they deem it fit. So access to government ministers to corroborate, to balance your stories. That has been a challenge, and it's still going. It's started from September and we're in March. So that is some of the difficulties. Engaging the ministers as well as government through the local post-cabinet briefing. People don't understand how important that post-cabinet briefing is. If something happens, it doesn't have to be coming out from a cabinet, but it could be a national issue. And that is that focal point in terms of that 1 week when you could engage and clarify. Because if you don't clarify, you basically can't go with a story unless saying, we reached out and we were not able to get a response from government. With that post-cabinet briefing, you'll definitely be able to get a response from government. You'll be able to develop research and give a much better story than maybe a 1 minute or a voiceover or just a copy. So in that regard, there is a great importance for the weekly post-cabinet briefing, because as I highlighted before, even in other countries, they have pre-cabinet briefings. So they highlight the public through the media as to what are some of the major issues that they are going to be discussing in Parliament, because it has, in Cabinet, because it has to do with the people. It's the people's interest, and unless that is not provided in terms of the avenues for that, then you would see those challenges. People are not aware of what's going on, and then they're going to say, oh, media is not being investigative enough, there's not enough investigative pieces. However, if the resources, the avenues to gain such resources are not there, to gain such information is not there, then the stories that would affect us won't reach us, and it won't reach the people. So there have been what we have called a campaign to hinder the efforts of media and hinder the information, their control on information to the people, because once the media doesn't get the information, most likely the people get the information, and disinformation and misinformation would be the highlight of the day, because people would be, as we say, gossiping or shushing in the corner and saying, oh, I hear that happen, I hear that happen, but no confirmation can be garnered, whether through the media or by way of government. So that is an important area. A next thing that's highlighting new on the horizon, we've heard reports of a bill that is supposed to be tabled, and that bill could have adverse effects on freedom of information, freedom of the press. So that is a bill, surprisingly, that is coming and coming soon, and that we were not aware of, and it could have adverse effects on media, and so it adds to that campaign I highlighted on in terms of controlling the information and really hampering the work of media in Grenada, the Fourth Estate. So it's surprising based on what this present administration had highlighted in their campaign. However, we continue to fight, and we continue to advocate for freedom of the press, media advocacy in Grenada. So we're going to continue fighting.
Okay, quite a lot. As you rightfully said, some existing, some new, a lot is happening. You would have to update us in another one of these Rise and Shine as to where we are at on this. And we know that more information will be forthcoming. If that bill is to be passed, yes, there has been information around in our circles of it. What would be the implications? But we can address that on another program here on Rise and Shine. Before we run off, though, because it's a pretty much packed morning for us, let's speak about that upcoming meeting on the weekend that a representative from MWAG will be attending.
Okay, so we have the biannual assembly of the Association of Caribbean Media Workers on the weekend. It's a 2-day assembly. Basically, there is an energy training workshop organized by the Guyana Press Association on Saturday, and then it will boil into Sunday. And then from Sunday, from 1 p.m., there would be the assembly, what we would call locally an AGM, but it is biannual, where the issues in terms of reports from countries, reports from the different associations, media associations like MWAG, in terms of country reports and what is happening, the different issues would be highlighted, and matters of importance would be addressed at that meeting. MWAG is represented by our secretary, Tonya St. Louis Lawrence, and she would be traveling from Friday to go to Guyana to represent us in terms of, as well as contributing to the election of a new executive, or maybe the return of the same executive for ACM on Sunday. So that is the highlight for the weekend. Members, as two representatives would be joining virtually. However, Tonia St. Louis Lawrence would be representing MWAG at the meeting over the weekend. It's the first in a while because we know the pandemic would have thrown us off the loop for a couple. So it's the first major meeting for the Association of Caribbean Media Workers. And MWAG is well represented. And we're going to be highlighting some of the same issues that I just highlighted in that country report.
Okay, great. So with that representation, then we will be hearing, well, upon Tonia's return, and you guys meet as an executive, I guess we will be getting an update as to what are some of the major outcomes, because I know when the regional body meets, there are usually opportunities and the overall plans, because you'll be the first meeting for the year. So it means that 2023, as you spoke to that of the training plans and other plans that you have for this year, we are looking forward to hearing more from MWAG. Gerard, we work in the industry. We know what are our challenges. We know that the public only gets to see what we put out there, yes? And what is out here on the cameras, at the front of the cameras. What goes on at the back of the cameras is actually so much more before we can produce that final product. I guess it's left up to us to sit down and show the public what a day in the life of a media person is. Maybe that may make a difference. There's so many things that goes wrong when we prepare, especially for these live programs. I can speak to it, being around for what, over 15 plus years. We know what it is. There are times you just want to just give up and go. But once you live in the life, once you have worked in this field, there is no going back. You may move on to other fields because it is a trampoline to take you to many new frontiers. You can write, you can speak, you can share. Then it is the basis to anywhere that you want to go. But the challenges, they are immense. They are huge. There are so much. But at the end of the day, we like what we do, so we do it, yes? And we also understand our responsibility in this as the fourth estate. But it does not in any way mean that it is a walk in the park. But I guess it is left up to us to dispel the myths that the public see. Yes, I know we are often compared to the international media where resources and everything else are far more accessible. But we make do with the little that we have so that we can accept and respond to the needs of the public. But I want to say thank you to you for continuing to fight on. I know this one, this time around, it's quite a challenge. But if you stay focused, a team that's committed, then I know you can make it.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
We will be speaking again soon. Good luck to Tonia and her representation. Safe trip out there and return to us with the messages from the Caribbean body. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jared. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Same to you.
Okay. That was Jared Joseph, president of MWAG, speaking to us there about some of MWAG's, the association's plans, the challenges, and we heard some of the challenges and also representation at that upcoming regional meeting out there in Guyana this weekend. Our very own here at MTV, Tonia St. Louis Lawrence, will be representing MWAG at that very important meeting out there in Guyana this weekend. Good luck to you, Tonia. Also, safe trip. Please return to us in one piece. Yeah. So now it's time for us to go over to our second interview for the morning. It is a very packed morning. Let's go over now to Kenisha McFarlane and Karen Mathura. Those are solar artists from Karakou and Guelph who will be at Gospel Expressions this weekend. It is expected to be spiritually uplifting weekend and concert, and I want to hear from both our artists. What are the expectations? Risi, I see you already on, but I will be coming to you shortly when we get to speak all about the NLA's games. So bear patience with me. I come over to you in just a bit, but let's go over now to our artists. Good morning, ladies, and thank you so much for being here on Rise and Shine with us.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so that's Karen Mathura and Kenisha McFarlane. Ms. McFarlane, good morning also to you. Ms. McFarlane, I needed to put on your camera. I'm not sure if you can hear us. I hope you can. Okay, so let's start off with Karen. Good morning, Karen, and thank you so much for being here with us. It's a pleasure speaking with you. First, I wanted to give us some... It is a pleasure to have you. Give us some background information on who is Karen. Karen, you will be, I'm sure you will be performing on the weekend at Gospel Expressions. Give us some background information as to who is Karen. We know that you're from, I think you're the person from Gulf. You're the one, all from Carriacou.
Okay, yes. No. I am Karen Matura, originally from St. George's.
Okay.
However, about 15 years ago, I got married and migrated to Maran.
Okay.
So that's where I am right now, St. John's. So I represent the parish of St. John. Well, first and foremost, I represent Christ. I am a strong believer in God. I am a teacher by profession.
Okay.
I am also a mother of two, a wife of one. And I am a strong believer in sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. I believe that every opportunity that I get to do so should be welcomed. And I also believe that this message that I have needs to reach not only our locals, but even internationally. And so my goal on Saturday is just really to send out a message that, you know, there is a God out there, there is a heaven to gain, a hell to shun, and there is really and truly someone who we can put our trust in. One of the songs that I'll be doing is I Speak Jesus, and for me, that song has really been a blessing because it talks about, you know, who God is, who Jesus is, the Son of God, and it teaches us that, you know, he can do all things. It doesn't matter what circumstance you may find yourself in, you know, we can use the name of Jesus to overcome.
Okay. This is quite an introduction, Miss Mathura. I thank you for that outpouring, inspirational introduction this morning. And you are right. And we should not only go to him whenever we are in problems, whenever we're in trouble, but we should always call on him as he's always there for us. I want to bring in Miss McFarlane in this conversation. Good morning, Kenisha. How are you?
Good morning, and I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Good.
So you're over on the Sister Isle, but you will be one of the artists that will be performing at Gospel Expressions on the weekend here on mainland Grenada. Speak to us about who is Kenisha and what we can expect on Saturday.
All right, so again, my name is Kenisha McFarlane, and I live on the island of Carriacou. I am under the ministry of Pastor Happy, as you know, most of you may know. I am a recording gospel artist. Okay. And I specifically say gospel artist because I used to do secular as a teenager. And but at the age of 17, I was introduced to Christ and I accepted him, and from there I went straight into the ministering session. Saturday I will be doing two songs. He Did It Again by Sinash, and one of my original songs, Taking It All. That song specifically, it tells us some of the things that heaven has for us. And it also encourages us to, you know, not just knowing what heaven has for us, but also, you know, we're reaching out and taking everything that he has for us. So I mentioned some of the things that heaven has for us, just to give us the knowledge of some of those things. And I also encourage us to reach out to him.
Okay. I need one of you to at least share with me, where will Gospel Expression be? How can people, is there an admission? How can people get there? Because you are sharing what are the expectations from you But we know that we need the public to come out so that at the end of the day, the concert can be a success. Ms. Mathura?
Okay, so the concert is absolutely free. It would be at the Camahan Park in St. George's. And it starts at 2 p.m. with fun and games for the kids. And then the actual singing aspect of it would begin at 4.
In the afternoon.
Yes,
Okay.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. in the afternoon. That concert always happens around this time, doesn't it? I remember this event. Is this your first time, Ms. Mathura, participating in the event?
Yes, it's my first time participating as a singer. However, it's not my first time being at the event.
Okay. Okay. And this year, I think we were expecting it to be much bigger. Everything has been on hold because of COVID and returning this year. So I guess this year it's an opportunity for not just Christians, but also the general public is invited to just come out and be a part of all that's happening.
Yes, certainly. We look forward to a great crowd. We have the concert has been advertised on different media platforms. And so we are expecting many persons to turn out and to show their support. And considering the fact that it's free, you don't have to pay for it. So we look forward to a great turnout.
Okay, wonderful. Before both of you run out, I want to give you an opportunity to give us one verse in your piece for Saturday. Just of us, Ms. Mathura, I know I have you rolling your eyes now, right? But that's okay. You'll be all right. We'll start off with Ms. Mathura, and then we go on to Ms. McFarlane. All right? So just a verse in your piece on Saturday.
All right. I just want to speak the name of Jesus over every heart and every mind. 'Cause I know there is peace within your presence. I speak Jesus.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Mathura. Thank you so much for that piece, Ms. McFarlane. Now we come over to you.
Great, so I'm going to just the verse of my original song. So, protection, yeah, that's what heaven has for me. Oh, yeah, deliverance, yeah, that's what heaven has for me. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Healing, that's what heaven has for me. Ooh, ooh. Provision, yeah, 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 yeah. That's what heaven has for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Compassion, oh, yeah. That's what heaven has for me. You know what? Come Saturday and you will get the rest of it and the chorus. So that's it for me for now. Thank you so much.
Ms. McFarlane and Ms. Mathura, thank you so much for doing this today with us. We are looking forward to you sharing with us again. And I hope you do have a successful day on Saturday when you do have gospel expressions down at the Camahan Park. We invite all to come on out and be a part of all that's happening at the Camahan Park on Saturday. Thank you again, ladies, for making that time. Ms. Mathura and Ms. McFarlane, it was a pleasure speaking with both of you today. And have yourself a wonderful day and a successful event on Saturday.
Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day.
You most welcome. So it's now 8:20 in the morning. It's time now. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be speaking with Miss Reese Sam. Some new games from the NLA. She's already on with us, but let's take this quick break, and we come back in a bit.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlac, you come first. Save energy, save a dime, reduce your wattage and reduce your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlac, you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlac, you come first.
It's the Quartz Optical Annual Frame Event. Get up to 85% off on selected frames. Book your appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Get that frame today with no cash from 3 to 24-month credit plans. You don't want to miss it. The Annual Frame Event, up to 85% off, only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's now 23 minutes past 8 o'clock. We are now on to our third interview for the morning. It is quite a busy morning, but now we are on to Miss Sam. Very familiar face, very familiar name, and also one of our very, very corporate supporters here at MTV. And today we speak to Miss Reese Sam, Marketing Manager at the National Lotteries Authority. Reese, good morning. Reese is also whom I consider to be my people. We Western Siders are always very, very proud, yes, of our own. Reese, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine.
Rise and Shine, and it's a pleasure. As you say, this is a West Coast thing happening right now. And, you know, I know that it's many years since Miss Mathura have been in Moran, but I just want to tell her welcome. You know, I didn't know that she was from, she lives in St. John. So welcome, Miss Mathura, and you've got great talent. So hope the show works out well. Yeah, so we're here to talk NLA.
And I know you have some new things happening.
Yes, yes. And I heard you mention earlier about a new game, and I'm happy that you mentioned that because I want to be able to clear it up because there are other people who are mentioning that as well. It is not a new game.
Okay.
It is an add-on feature to an existing game. Okay. So that existing game is Playway. It is our most popular game. Okay. And, you know, that's a game that we launched since 2011. So it's been quite a number of years now that people have been playing what we consider to be regular or traditional Playway, where you go to the store and you choose your number, symbol, you wager your bet amount, and you wait for the draw. And that draw is done 3 times a day, Monday to Friday, and twice on Saturdays, midday and evenings, right? During the week, it's mid-morning, midday, and evenings. So what we have done is that we've listened to our customers, and, you know, they want a little more excitement because they know what happened in the other islands like Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica with Playway. So we decided that we are going to put an add-on feature, and that add-on feature is called Multi-X. So Multi-X is not a game, it's an add-on feature. How does Multi-X work? What does it mean? And to break it down, for the people who play traditional Playway all the time, you go to the store, you do just what I explained earlier. You bet on your favorite number or symbol, and you wager your amount and you wait for the draw. If you win, you collect based on your bet amount. If you don't, then you play again. But with the Multi-X add-on, what happens is that when the customer goes to the store and asks for their favorite number or symbol, the seller, after they would have done that transaction on the sales terminal, would ask them based on a prompt that would show up in front of the seller, would you like to add Multi-X to your bet? And if you say no, then you go ahead, you get your printed ticket and you wait for the draw. But once you say yes, this is where things change a bit. So once you say yes, the same amount that you betted on the playway, you now have to match it to have multi-X added. So let us work with a $10 bet amount. The person who played traditional playway, if they win, let's say they played Blackbird and Blackbird gets called. If they win $240. But for the person who played multi-X, they would have bet $10 on playway and would have added another $10 to have multi-X added to that. Now we get into how does that benefit the customer. Again, if you play traditional playway, when the number is called, let's say you played Blackbird and Blackbird got called, you walk away with $240 with a $10 bet. But if you had multi-X added, you wait for another draw. And that other draw is for the multi-X ball to be pulled. Now, multi-X have 4 different type of balls. No, it's not 4 balls in the chamber, but 4 different type of balls. One would be marked free play, FP. The other 2X, 3X, or 5X. Those are the different types of balls that are going to be in that draw machine. So after you would have gone through the playway draw and you realize, hey, I played Blackbird, I paid $10 for it, and my number or symbol called, so I'm a winner. I'm a winner of how much? $240. Now you are waiting for that multi-X draw to happen. If FP comes up when the draw is conducted, it means that you get a free play plus your $240 that you won. Free play means that number, that bet that you made, that was $10 playway plus the $10 multi-X, you get it back. When you redeem your ticket, the free play is a free play of playway with multi-X. So really and truly, you have not lost anything because you got $240 and you get a free play. So if that's your budget for the day, you've already earned it. Now that free play is going to be a quick pick ticket, meaning you don't get to go and say, I want Blackbird again, or I want Beautiful Woman, or so. What it is that you are going to get a quick pick. The machine is going to tell you what number or symbol is on your ticket. Basically, that's it. Now, if 2X comes up, that winning of $240 gets multiplied by 2. So you walk away with $480. If 3X comes up, the winning of $240 gets multiplied by 3. You walk away with $720. And if 5X is the ball that comes up, your winning of $240 gets multiplied by 5. So that winner, as opposed to the traditional winner, who only walked away with $240 because they played playway only, that winner who added multi-X and the 5X ball came up, you walk away with $1,200. So there's a big difference here between $240 versus $240 and a free play, or $240 times 2, which is $480, or $240 times 3, which is $720, or $240 times 5, which is $1,200. And that's basically what multi-X is. Multi-X is about multiplying your winnings. And, we have a very big player base of playway. And I believe that, this is something that our players should gravitate towards, because you win once you win with playway. In other words, everybody that plays and their number gets called, we know you win. But once you have multi-X added, you have additional benefits. That's guaranteed. Because it's either a free play, a 2X, 3X, or 5X. It can't be try again or play again or anything like that. You must benefit with having multi-X added once your number has been called. And that's multi-X for you. I think if you grasp it, everybody else will. Because I'm really doing it in layman's terms here.
Have you guys started that new game yet? Have you introduced multi-X as yet? What is your starter? Because I know, once you start Because the people who play Lotto, one of the things that I recognize is these people study the game. They know it, they have their books, they put down their numbers, they know that, okay, that number, because you hear it oftentimes on the radio program. But Shaggy, you know that number did not come in a while, or that symbol ain't come in a while. And I know you hear them too. And it's going to come soon, you know. Shaggy, play that one. And that's how that's how it goes. So it means, therefore, that with you sharing the information on this multi-X, this addition to Playway, you know that they're waiting for you to introduce it because the lines will be long outside the various centers.
Yes, and you know, since we started teasing about it, since I think about, you know, late January thereabout, people have been calling. They've been calling mobile phone, landline. They've been on our Facebook page, you know, asking how is it that it is played, and that is why we had decided to start the educational drive before, because we want, when we launch it, which I can't say exactly when, I can only tell you that it's coming soon.
Okay.
When we launch it, we want people to go in the lines informed, because already lines for lottery products are usually long.
Yes. Because
we have 3 draw sessions, mid-morning, midday, and evenings, and we have 121 agents, and still that is not enough. We know that lines are traditionally long, so we are trying to ensure that people grasp how you add multi-X to your Playway bet, so that when they go there, they know what they're doing. It's not something that you have to search for. It's not like you have to read a chat to say, what should I choose? It's not like that. It's the same Playway chat that you are choosing your preferred number, a symbol from, and then all you're doing is telling the seller whether or not you'd like to have multi-X added. And to have multi-X added, whatever the amount you bet on Playway, you have to do the same amount to have multi-X added. So if you bet $5 on Playway, $5 to add multi-X. $1 more to add multi-X. And that's basically it. And to win, you must first win the Playway traditional, just like any other Playway player. And then you wait for an additional draw, which is called the multi-X draw, to see whether FP, meaning free play, 2X, meaning your winning would be multiplied by 2, 3X, your winning multiplied by 3, or 5X, your winning multiplied by 5, comes up.
Okay. And whenever we speak, so we spoke a while ago about long lines at Lotto, people calling, anticipating this new game, when they can benefit from it. But I think it is important, because we know you would always have the people that would be like, but why is that you have to speak to this? Lotto plays an essential role in the development of Grenada. And I think it is important that we understand that the benefits, that when people support Lotto, what it means for Grenada. And I want us to speak to this, that with this new addition, and people now coming out and wanting to utilize that new game or be a part of that new game and its winnings, mean that Grenada overall wins even bigger than we do now.
There's the immediate winning that happens when it comes to the players. So you get your instant gratification, whether you play Scratch, you play our online games that have draws associated with them. I mean, the turnaround is basically like a draw session, right? So you have those immediate winnings that happens where the player benefit. But in the more short, mid to long term, as you've rightly said, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique are the end beneficiaries of the lottery authority and its operation. What we do is support. Our mandate speaks to supporting sports culture. We've added nation building, which covers a wide spectrum. You're talking about health, infrastructure, education, even religion. There's so much that we support through the players. So when the players play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, really and truly, what you are doing as a player is making sure that you benefit, because what goes back to the public goes back to you. So even if you don't win every time, or you may not win sometimes, remember that you are still the end winner, the end beneficiary when it comes to the National Lotteries Authority. And that is really important. Oslin, I'm glad that you brought that up, because there are people who play for different reasons. There are people who play because they want to win. There are people who play because it's an entertainment for them. So they may not do it religiously, but if they're in the vicinity or someone speaks about it, they say, let me try. There are people who play only when jackpots are very high. And might I add, the Lotto jackpot is now $360,000, and that is valid for Friday. And the Super 6 is $240,000, also valid for Friday. So, for those of you who play when jackpots are high and all of that, this is your time, And again, there are people who play because it's an additional form of income for them. They have a job, but this is how the job probably does not take care of their expenses in full. So they play lottery as a supplementary income. And there are those who I really admire and appreciate. Those are the ones who play because they know where the money goes. And they don't mind whether they win or they don't win. You often hear them saying, well, I did my part in supporting sports culture and nation building anyway, so I'm good.
Yes. And I think it is important that we highlight this area because Carnival is coming. We have high expectations. Sports, we are in sports season. Lotto supports all of it. Our children are going to the stadium today. They will be going next week. Intercall is coming up. There's so much happening. Relay meets and all the meets that the excitement as parents we enjoy, we love it because for one, we're seeing our children winning. It is similar. The thrill is similar. And for those who might be able to put enough on their tables and don't need to go to Lotto or so to do it, everybody's not in that same position. And for each its own. And for that we have to respect. But at the end of the day, we have to also speak of the many benefits of Lotto's involvement in the growth and development of Grenada.
That's right. I'd like to think that we are the biggest sponsor of mostly everything in Grenada, and yes, that is where the money goes. We have a school program, a school medal program that we do trophies also every year. The schools send in their requests asking for X amount of medals, X amount of trophies, and we have been fulfilling that. And some people have their meets late in December, some have it earlier in the year, and it have different meets like swim meets, track and field, volleyball, netball, you name it. We sponsor and we help you to be able to view games. For example, we'll be assisting with the viewing of the Intercall games. We also help our athletes to be able to travel to participate in regional and international tournaments. So, the importance of the National Lotteries Authority cannot be stressed more. And, I encourage you, the public, if you've never tried before, go out there and try, play Lotto, play the mid-morning draw that closes at 9:45. Sales for it closed at 9:45 this morning. Just get in with it. You may just like it, but as we always say, game responsibly. We promote responsible gaming. You are not allowed. You would not be serviced if you are not 18 years or older. So this is really important that adults take part in that. And the more you play, the more Grenada benefits. So, go out there and do your best and support the lottery responsibly.
I agree. Reese, in case we miss anything before you run off, anything else that you want to add? I know Multi-X, it's the highlight now because we're trying to sensitize the public on it. But anything else that you want to add on Lotto's operations?
I'd just like to mention that we've added a number of agents, new agents to our agent base, so you have more opportunities to have less lines. We have Delhi's Grocery and Bar at Mount Hon, Birdman Groceries and Bar in Paraclete, and those are the ones from St. Andrews. A&A Shop in Paradise. We have Christine Walker's shop in Ford. We have Decima Charles, that is Donna Restaurant and Bar in Tivoli. Lorraine and Leroy and Family Mini Mart in Maribor. In St. George's, we've added 309 Establishment at Montu, Old Motel Tree at Dabo, Hot Landing at Mardi Gras, Cindy's Tasty Foods at Boca, KNS Mini Mart at La Mode, In St. David's, we've added one. This is Max's Shop at Lassages. And in St. Patrick, we've added Tamara Jules at Shantimel. So those are agents that we have added to our agent base to allow you to have more options of making your purchases and not ending up saying, oh, the draw happened to close before I got to play my favorite numbers or symbols in the case of Playway. So yes, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Oslin. Maybe we can do this another time. We can talk about the combo bet types for our Lotto and Super 6 players, because they have been, becoming very much interested in those bets, those type of bets where you spend a little more, but you have increased chances of winning. So yeah, we can talk about that another time, but thank you for having us. And remember, folks, Playway with multi-access coming really soon.
We can, and I want us to have that opportunity, yes, where we can do that conversation again, so we can add more to what's happening, as there are additional games for people to benefit from. So we will schedule you for another time. I know we are already out of time, but I had to accommodate you this morning. It's important that we did. So let us do that. Let us do that, and in another conversation where we can share more about some of the games, well, additional games, making it a lot more attractive for players to be a part of. Reese, it was a pleasure. Have a wonderful day, and do take care.
Thank you, Oslin, and you do the same.
Most welcome. That was Reese Sam, Marketing Manager of the National Lotteries Authority, speaking about one of the new addition. It is not a new game, but it is an add-on to Playway, that game that one of the games of the NLA that was launched since 2011. But there's an additional feature, I think we can say, called Multi-X, where you can multiply your winnings up to 5 times that of what you're accustomed winning in Playway. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It is not launched as yet. We cannot say when it will be launched, but what's important now is that you know that it's coming and you know how you can benefit from the additional feature that will soon be launched. Yeah. So when the information is shared, if you need to ask questions, please call Lotto. Ask them what's happening. You understand what it's about, because I know the people who play Lotto, it is quite an interesting thing for them. So they understand it, they study it. So it's important that they know what's coming so that they can benefit. So not sure, if you still think you're not sure, please call Lotto, and they will be willing and able to help you with some more information. That's it from us this morning. It's now 8:44. We did have to go an additional 15 minutes, but that's fine. We had to accommodate all 3 interviews this morning. To all my guests, thank you so much for being here with me. We spoke to Jared Joseph. We spoke to Ms. McFarlane and Ms. Matura from Gospel Expression. And finally, we spoke to Reese Sam, Marketing Manager at the National Lotteries Authority. So on behalf of the team, everyone, we say thank you so much, the extended MTV family, the team in the morning, Sugars, Elton, Tonya, thank you so much again for another successful program. All our audiences, good morning. Thank you for joining us as always. We do cherish your comments, suggestions, queries. They are all considered. And of course, we make the necessary changes to ensure that we meet your needs. Thank you again to all our corporate sponsors. Thank you for supporting this initiative. Have a wonderful day. Remember, we may not have control over what happens, but you can control your reaction to what happens. Have a great day. If you can help someone today, do so. Don't say no. You can do so. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Oslin Crosby. We meet again next Tuesday, God's will, when we do this all over again. Have a wonderful day.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Spare pocket, spare the earth, always at Grand Lake, you come first. Save energy, save a dime, reduce your wattage and reduce your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grand Lake, you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grand Lake, you come first.
It's the Quartz Optical Annual Frame Event. Get up to 85% off on selected frames. Book your appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Get that frame today with no cash from 3 to 24-month credit plans. You don't want to miss it. The annual frame event, up to 85% off, only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
Rise and shine.